Chapter 16 of The Adventures of Reddy Fox. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit Librivox.org. The Adventures of Reddy Fox by Thornton Burgess. Chapter 16. Unc' Billy Possum Visits the Smiling Pool. Joe Otter and Billy Mink were sitting on the big rock in the Smiling Pool. Because they had nothing else to do, they were planning mischief. Jerry Muskrat was busy filling his new house with food for the winter. He was too busy to get into mischief. Suddenly, Billy Mink put a finger on his lips as a warning to little Joe Otter to keep perfectly still. In a few minutes the rushes parted, and a sharp little old face peered out. Little Joe Otter and Billy Mink each sighed with relief, and their eyes began to dance. "Hi, Unc' Billy Possum!" shouted Billy Mink. A grin crept over the sharp little old face peering out from the bulrushes. "Hi, yourself!" he shouted, for it really was Unc' Billy Possum. "What are you doing over here?" asked little Joe Otter. "Just a-looking round," replied Unc' Billy Possum, his eyes twinkling. "Have you heard about Reddy Fox?" shouted Billy Mink. "I done just come from his home," replied Unc' Billy Possum. "How is he?" asked little Joe Otter. "Po'ly, he sho'ly is po'ly," replied Unc' Billy Possum, shaking his head soberly. Then Unc' Billy told Billy Mink and little Joe Otter how Reddy Fox was so stiff and sore and sick that he couldn't get anything to eat for himself, and how old Granny Fox had lost a chicken which she had caught for him. "Serves him right!" exclaimed Billy Mink, who had never forgotten how Reddy Fox fooled him and caught the most fish once upon a time. Unc' Billy nodded his head. "Yo' all right. Yo' certainly all right. Yes, sir. I reckons yo' all right. Was yo' ever hungry, Billy Mink? Real hungry?" asked Unc' Billy Possum. Billy Mink thought of the time when he went without his dinner because Mr. Night Heron had gobbled it up when Billy had left it in a temper. He nodded his head. "I was just a-wondering," continued Unc' Billy Possum, "how it would seem to be right smart powerful hungry and not be able to hunt for anything to eat." For a few minutes no one said a word. Then Billy Mink stood up and stretched. "Goodbye," said Billy Mink. "Where are you going so suddenly?" demanded little Joe Otter. "I'm going to catch a fish and take it up to Reddy Fox, if you must know," snapped Billy Mink. "Good!" cried little Joe Otter. "You needn't think that you can have all the fun to yourself either, Billy Mink. I'm going with you." There was a splash in the Smiling Pool, and Unc' Billy Possum was left looking out on nothing but the Smiling Pool and the big rock. He smiled to himself as he turned away. "I reckon I'll sure have to do my share too," said he. And it so happened that when old Granny Fox finally reached home with nothing but a little wood mouse for Reddy, she found him taking a nap, his stomach as full as it could be, and just a little way off were two fish tails and the feathers of a little duck. End of chapter 16.